Hello and welcome to FCA Friday, and today somebody contacts CinemaSins because I love this book. I did not like that movie. Goodness gracious, it was terrible. It was terrible. The Confessions of a Shopaholic, it's a really nice book. It's fun, it's interesting, it has a psychological twist to it. I've gone on and on about this before. I know it's an older book. I think this was like in 2010, perhaps. Let's take a peek-see. Shall we? I don't remember. But it takes place in 1999, 2001. So, what happens is, obviously things are different between when things happen in the book versus now, but the movie was awful. First of all, the movie tried to combine like 2 or 3 of the books at once instead of maybe making a trilogy out of them. I don't know if they just didn't think they would have the time or budget to draw that out, but they didn't need to combine a whole bunch of stuff because the way the book is just fine. Obviously, you have to cut things out and do some changes here and there, cut some character lines because of the size of the book versus the size of the movie. Length of the movie, I should say. The movie was terrible. What made the movie terrible, and I find this to be the problem with any book that I love, where it's told in first person, because this whole book is narration, and a lot of it takes place inside of the character's mind. In fact, almost this entire book solely takes place inside of the character's mind, as is often the first person perspective. And with that being the case, the book makes you kind of sympathize but not sympathize with the main character. Normally you're always supposed to be in line with the emotions and the motivations of the main character. But this one, you're kind of supposed to observe the main character and make fun of her own offness. The book is old, so I don't think spoiler alert if you need it. But I really didn't like how the movie just did everything it could to butcher the entire book. You know, Confessions of a Shopaholic is, if you don't know it, it's about a woman living in Britain. That's where it takes place, in London. She's 25 years old, and she constantly racks up debt because she has a shopping addiction. And it's really clear that she has this shopping addiction, and it gets more clear as the books go on, but this one is the absolute best, in my opinion. It's the best introductory character. I really love Takes Manhattan, the second book in the series, so that one might be my favorite, I don't know. But the movie was awful. The movie was awful because it just tried to squish it down too much. Like, maybe this just isn't a book that should have been made into a movie. Maybe it would have been better being like a Netflix original series or a short series or something, because you really do need some development and some background for this character to work. And the movie missed it on all the points. First, like I said, part of the problem was that it tried to squish like 4 of the books into one, and it didn't help. It didn't work. It didn't do anything well. And the second thing was, they really did not do the characters any justice. The characters were nothing like they are in this. The situations were nothing like they are in the book. The reason why they made a movie was because the book was so popular and the book was so good, so they were like, we're going to turn it into a movie, we're going to show the live action of it, and then they absolutely butchered everything that was decent about it. Again, I'm not a person who is a reviewer. I'm not going to pretend to be one, but for this FCA Friday, we're just ranting about how much I hate the stupid movie. the beginning was actually really compelled. I thought, oh, they're going to do this right, because there was some narration, which I was fine with because I know this is a first person's perspective, so you're giving some background that wasn't in the book, like when she was a little girl and her parents were always cheap and always bought her things that she didn't like when she was little, and so she dreamed of having nice things growing up. That's not the way she's described in the book. She actually has a really decent childhood, but she loves getting things. And so I was like, okay, well, that's not a bad build-up. If you haven't seen the book, this is a good character build-up and all that stuff. And you show her going into debt, but they turn Derek Smith, the banker, who isn't a bad person at all, they turn him into a definite enemy in the movie, which doesn't work out well at all because it doesn't play towards the character at all. And it's just disappointing that characters and character development is my favorite part, and when they completely miss the mark, it guts you. It gets you right in the heart. And yeah, I watched the movie and it sucked to get through. I was a third through and I was like, this is an awful movie. It's boring because all of the exciting parts were basically in her head, seeing her panic when things start catching up with her and all of that kind of stuff. It just hurts my soul how much they butchered everything. It was clearly made by people who didn't read the books. They were kind of told the gists of the books and then nothing else. And it was just, ugh. And I'm sorry that this might seem kind of lazy and just off and my bow is going everywhere. It's really late. I filmed 3 videos in a row and I'm really tired. So I know this was just a rant, but it's what I got for you today. Tell me if you read the book and if you liked it, and if you saw, it says now a major motion picture. It was a major flop of a motion picture, if you ask me. If you agree or disagree with me, because we're allowed to have. I ran out of film space. It's late. If you like the book or like the movie, let me know. As I said, we're allowed to have different opinions. If you loved the movie, maybe you clearly didn't read the book if you loved the movie. But I thought the movie was rushed and a mess in and of itself. And they focused it's called The Confessions of a Shopaholic. And they tried to make it more dramatic by putting in the most dramatic points of the book. Her going to therapy doesn't even happen until book 3 or something. So, just not for FCA. Share your opinions with me and join me on Twitter and we can tweet things like sleeping. Night night. I'll see you next week.